Hey, y'all. It is so hot outside. Y'all just won't believe it. Look what I bought. I bought collards, and there's three collards in here. 3 collard plants. And I am going to stir fry these today. It would make me some cornbread. And that's all I'm going to have for lunch today, for my dinner. That's all I want. It's too hot almost to even eat. It is, I just can't get over it. It's early in the morning right now. I've been outside watering things because we haven't had rain in a while in our area. Now it looks like that Alabama's had rain, but not here where I live. So I'm watering everything just to keep it alive. So I'm gonna get over here to my sink and wash these in my biggest bowl, which is my sink. And I'll be back in a little bit. We'll put them on. Right, here's how I wash my collards. The first thing I do when I've got a collard plant like this is I'm going to cut it about right here and get those leaves off of it. So what I do is this. I just cut it like this. Let those fall down in my sink. Like that. This part right here, you can plant this. And it will grow into a new collard plant. Can you believe it? Well, it's true. All right, so once I put them in here, I'm going to wash them good, but I want to show you how to get, sometimes that stem right there might be a little big or hard. These don't look bad, but sometimes I get them when they are. All you do is grab, you fold it like this, grab that, and you just pull down like that, and it gets part of that stem out, see? So that's what I do. I just grab it and I strip it. And it's real quick to do it that way. But these aren't very big. These are fresh and they're not too old. Sometimes you get them when that stem is real big in there. And I don't like that. So I just get it out. Okay, so let me finish washing all of them real good, and then we're going to be back. Okay, I've got them all washed, and what I do is I take a big knife, and I'm just going to cut them up in some pieces. Just cut them a little bit. You know, we get certain things from our mother, characteristics, and we get some from our daddy. Y'all see how crooked this finger is right here? That's just like my daddy's finger. I mean, it is exactly like his finger. And I've got a toe on my foot that likes to jump over the other toe, and that is exactly like my mother's. Isn't it amazing that a little baby is actually, you know, you got your mother and your daddy, and plus all those grandparents. Sometimes a little baby will be born, it doesn't look anything like the mom and daddy. It looks just like the grandma or the grandpa. I have a friend in church. His name is Brian. And his grandbaby boy looks just like him. I mean, it's a spitting image of him. It is amazing. Just keep rolling them over and cutting them, okay? All right, while I'm finishing cutting, I'm going to come over here to this big skillet. It's about maybe 4 or 5 inches deep. And I'm going to put me some oil in the bottom to stir fry it. I'm using olive oil, but you can put whatever you want. You could use bacon grease, ham grease, fat back, whatever you want. But I'm just going to put some of this in it. And I'll probably put about 5 tablespoons. I'm going to turn it on high. And I also, when I'm doing these, I'm going to go ahead and salt them, because salt pulls water out of the vegetable. And so I want that to happen, because I'm not adding any water in here at all. No water in these collards. I just got through washing them and they're wet right now. So, you know, I don't need to put more water in there. This is going to be plenty. This is going to cook down, even though it looks like, I'll show you, even though it looks like a giant pile of them, which it is, when they get all cooked, it won't be this big. You'll think, my goodness, I should have bought another bunch of these things. Okay, that looks pretty good. What do you think? Don't you think that looks pretty good? Collards look great growing in a flower pot in the wintertime. So if you want to get you some little collard plants, because your other plants are practically probably done their due by now, in the South anyway. And get you some collard plants, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and plant them in your pot. I plant them in a big pot because it'll need a big one. All right, so I'm just gonna put this over there and shake it off a little bit. And sometimes they won't all go in there at one time. In other words, I'm gonna put this like this. I'm gonna put my salt on top of it. I'm going to turn it down to about 6, and I'm going to put a top on it so it'll start kind of steaming a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to push these to the side. We're going to put those on just as soon as it, you know, it cooks down, okay? Okay, I'm going to put 2, these are kind of small onions, in with the collards right now. I'm just going to put them in right now. And these don't have to be cut small or anything like that. Just get them cut. The best way you know how and the quickest way you know how. I got a lot of work I got to do this afternoon. I can't be messing around with this all day. Okay. Let's cut this onion. I got out there this morning and pulled some weeds out of my zinnias, and I hooked up my sprinkler on some grass that looked bad. There was 2 ant beds out there that I aggravated. I ran the water on them real hard, so their eggs all floated to the top. All right, all I'm gonna do is cut long strips like this. And I'm fixing to put them on top. Okay, that's it. That's good enough. As my mama would say, that's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, come back over here to your collards. And you want to toss them a little bit and get those that's on the bottom. Let's see what I can do. I don't want them coming out. We'll turn it down a little bit more, but that popping you hear going on is that water in there and the grease. They're already smelling good. Okay, now I'm going to put my onions on top. Let that cook down a little bit. We're still going to put these other collards in there. Okay, we're going to let that cook down a little bit. Y'all, while our collards are cooking, let's take these stalks and go plant them and We're just doing an experiment and see if they grow and see if they do. But the last ones I did, they did do it. So maybe I can get my money back on the collards. All right, let's go right here, and I'm going to sit y'all up over here on the air conditioning unit. I hope it doesn't come on while we're trying to do this. Here's 2 of my pots right here that I dropped one of these things. So let's plant them right here and just see what happens. Now here's what we're planting. It's just a plain old, where I cut all those off, okay? Let's see what happens. I'll water them in after a while. All right, put that one down. Cover him up. Push it down good and tight. There's another one. These have no roots on them. We're just going to see what happens. We've got 4 of them. Uh-oh, the air conditioner just came on. I figured that'd happen. All right, here we go. There they are. We've got 4 of them planted, and let's just see what happens. This will be fun. We'll come out here every week or so and check them. And if they grow big enough, we'll just cook us another pot of collards. How's that sound? Okay, we're back in, and our collards are ready. Here's what I've got. I fixed me a little bit tiny pan of cornbread. And yes, I'm going to eat all of that. I love cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread. And these are squash pickles. They're really super good. I'm going to eat those. And let me show y'all something. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. You need to get you a little bitty skillet like this for you and your spouse. Because sometimes you just don't need a big old thing of cornbread, and this is the size this is. In other words, 2 halves fit there. And today I made my cornbread with self-rising cornmeal, white lily of course, 1 egg and buttermilk until it was, the right consistency. I cooked it on 400 in the oven today. I greased my pan with olive oil. You can grease yours whatever you want to. All right, come over here and let's look at these great collards we got cooked over here. Because I want you to be on this side because I want to show you how much they cooked down. Even though they look like they're a lot. Look at that. See, I've got plenty of space in there. I did have to add about like 1/3 of a cup of water. And the reason I had to is because when they cooked dry, they weren't quite done enough for me. So at the end I did. But all the salt and the onions in it's going to make it so good. And this is going to be my lunch. And no, I'm not having any meat. I've got some ham in the refrigerator, but I just don't want it today. Move this off the eye. There we go. So here's my lunch. I've got collards, squash pickles, and cornbread. And that's all I want. I don't want any meat today, and this is all I want. And I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to be in for the rest of the day because it is too hot out there, and I got all my work done, and I hope our collards grow that we did. We'll check them in a week or two and see what's happening, and see, because if they are, that'll be a good thing. I can have collards all winter. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.